Is this Amazon Basics vacuum cleaner an amazing bargain, or is it just basic? Now, this is one of the cheapest vacuum cleaners you can buy right now. So I bought it, I tested it, and I found out 7 things that you need to know. One of them is kind of a surprise. Number 1, let's start with the good. It's not bad on carpet. It picked up around 95% of the sand we dumped on our medium pile carpet. But if you want to pick up cereal, and I mean, who doesn't? It doesn't work all that well. It sort of turns into a cereal plow. It's because there's no height adjustment, and also these gates are just a fixed size. Really, cereal has no opportunity to get under here. We also tried it on shag carpet, but I mean, if you got a shag carpet, probably you should spend just a little bit more money. It's got a dusting brush, it's got a crevice tool, and it's got a detachable wand that connects to the hose. More on that in just a second. Number 2. Now, it is extremely light. It weighs just about 8 pounds, which is really incredibly light for an upright vacuum. Most of them weigh around 12 to 17. Oh. And it has a wand with a kind of clever trick. You can attach the hose here, and well, maybe you can't reach ceilings perfectly, but you can do some stairs with it. Now, it's a little bit of extra work, but again, it's super light. You can also vacuum your car with it. Just that it's not super convenient because the hose is a little bit short. But it's not the lightweight that's the big surprise. And that brings us to number 3. Now, I've tested a lot of vacuums, and budget uprights do look pretty similar. But there's something about the Amazon vacuum that's different. No, that's not the word, it's the same. Yes, you see the Eureka Airspeed, it's not just similar, in fact, it's identical. Check out the canister and the bottom of the head. Very curious, but the Eureka is more green. And you see, Amazon doesn't make their own stuff, they actually license it. But licensing isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, I think the rechargeable batteries are really good. But we need to talk about number 4, the not so good. If you got tile or hard floors, yeah, it just kicks back all the sand right behind itself. There's no seal or anything stopping the sand from getting out the back of the vacuum. It just kind of goes on its merry way into your room. Number 5, we tested it on pet hair and 14-inch rave hair. It actually did pretty well on the pet hair, not too many tangles, but you can see with the longer rave hair, it got all tangled up around the brush roll. And to be honest, it's kind of a problem with almost every single vacuum. It's very hard to deal with 14-inch hair and have it not get tangled up. Number 6, airflow with the wand was about 30 meters per second, which is okay, but suction was only about 11 kilopascals, which is actually lower than a lot of cordless vacuums. Number 7. And if you have pets, like about 67% of US residents, it does not have a HEPA filter, which normally would filter particles down to 0.3 microns. It doesn't have that. It just has this sort of foamy black and white filter thing. And the canister is definitely not sealed. You can see in our smoke test, it is basically blowing smoke out the sides, out the back, pretty much anywhere smoke could be blown. And so that means that the dust and the dander and all that kind of stuff is getting right back into your home. But I think if you're on a tight budget, you're not really worried about filtration, you just want something that is inexpensive to get you through a month or perhaps a quick lease, it's not a bad buy. But if you do care about filtration, you need to spend about $80 more, and I've got some really good recommendations. The Shark Navigator NV360 we tested a while ago, it is excellent for the money. It's got a sealed canister, it's got a HEPA filter, and I think it's a really good vacuum. Also, the Kenmore DU5080 performed really well in our tests, and now there's a newer model called the DU4080. It's under 12 pounds, it does have a sealed canister, and the HEPA filter does a great job. I think canister vacuums are really good too. The Kenmore 10701 does a great job, and it also has excellent filtration. There's a fantastic video right over here that you should check out. Thanks for nerding out with us today.